All right, May is National Bike Month, a good time to revisit the rules of the road and how to share it safely with drivers and pedestrians. Back with me today is Scott Lagasse, a professional race car driver and bike enthusiast. Good morning, welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
You're easy to hang out with.
Oh, we'll come back anytime.
All right, I'll do that.
It's been a busy month for you. We mentioned obviously May is Bike Month. You've been doing a lot of events across the state, but this is your other passion besides driving, right?
Fitting them all in with the travel schedule has been fun. So it's been Pensacola to Tampa to Jacksonville.
You're from St. Augustine.
I am in St. Augustine. So my wife and kids are starting to wonder if I exist or not. But it's a good month. It's fun. So.
Well, it's an important month. And you've been to schools. I mean, what are some of the events and places you've been kind of speaking to people about?
I have. Pensacola really rings a bell for me. I was shocked. I don't spend a lot of time in Panhandle just because of schedule.
Yeah.
And so I spent some time there. Very active community to see the mayor show up, the students, the parents, the councilman, the chief of police. I mean, it was really a lot of fun.
That's what you need, though. I mean, to get this message out, and let's rewind a little bit because this is your obviously race car driving. That's what you love and what you're doing probably most of these days.
Yes,
it's fair to say, but you're a big cyclist as well.
Yeah.
And I would imagine you need this big community support to get everybody on the same page about how dangerous this can be if it's not done correctly.
We touched on it a little bit, but it's neat to see our sport wrap their hands around it. My Champions Ride, for example, I really thought it was going to last a year at best, but Daytona International Speedway stepped up, lets me use the racetrack. Again, the people from IndyCar drivers to Jimmy Johnson's a good friend of mine who is really, picked up a couple guys on his jet and brought him down and never sent me the bill. I mean, it's like, that tells you how good of a human that guy is just to see this thing. And now we're 5 years in, so it's been neat.
Does he bike as well? Is that why
He's a stud. He's and you want to hate him. You really do. But he's honestly probably one of the nicest guys on earth and one of my better friends. But our community has wrapped around it, and I think they're seeing the benefits of it from a health standpoint.
Well, and it is such a fine line because I don't want to discourage people. I mean, as a mom, I hear it and I'm like, gosh, it's just so dangerous to get on a bike these days. Certainly in the Bay Area, you hear about how Florida, we're just obviously out more. But it's a fine line where you want people to get out there and enjoy, the health benefits. But then it's still, it's dangerous. It can be.
It can be very dangerous, and that's, I'm going through that with my 4-year-old right now. She loves her bike and wants to do nothing but ride her bike, but we don't exactly live in a conducive place for that. So it's a struggle with her, and from the parent side, I'm understanding that now. Didn't really think like that very much until this.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit, if we can, before we wrap up, what are your main kind of take-home points for families watching this morning? What do you want to encourage them to do to not only bike, but bike safely?
It's really what I call the basics: the helmet, the visible clothes, be bright. I tell especially with kids, just make sure the cars see you. If you're going to ride your bike, ride with traffic. If you're not, if you're going to walk against traffic. Bike lights flashing day and night for me has been a big thing. So. And then one of the things, because I hear a lot back from motorists, right, that are mad at what I would call those ego cyclists, and what I say, and some of those ego cyclists are my good friends, and I tell them, be respectful, pretend you're driving that car, and vice versa. So I don't like to sound like I'm preaching, but at the end of the day, it's kind of common sense.
Yeah, I know. Use it. We need to remind people to do it. We're all guilty of it sometimes. As we wrap up here, what's next for you? Obviously, this has been a busy month.
I am on my way to Detroit immediately. First time I've ever seen that track, and I'm excited about it because they literally shut Belle Isle down and Island down. We race on the street, so it's going to be a challenging weekend.
That's all right. That's what you like, though. I know that's what you thrive on.
I'm geeked.
Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for spending some time with us this morning. Thank you for all you do across our community, across the Bay Area and Florida. And come back anytime, all right?
I will be back.
Welcome. All right. There is the address or the website to find out more if you have any questions or need any advice, of course, about biking safely on the road, too. But thank you.